Okay, we now have to talk about CNN's role in this second Democratic primary debate. There is no other way to say it. CNN's production and management of the presidential debate over the last two nights was disgusting. There's no other way to say it. It was everything that is wrong with political discourse and with corporate media. I mean, they could have done nothing worse that I can imagine other than cartoonishly terrible things that would never really happen. And I'm really talking about everything. The format was a disaster. Their handling of the digital rights of the content itself was an absolute embarrassment. This really was one of the worst produced debates from start to finish that I can remember. And if this is a signal about what to expect from now until the last debate of 2020, democracy and discourse is in serious trouble, which you probably already knew. And it's hard to know even where to start. I told you yesterday, and again in today's debate wrap up, that they tried desperately to create fake drama, not even hiding the totally base and brazen ways in which they were just trying to get candidates to call each other out. And first of all, much like with the NBC debate format, that's really the only way that you can sort of do well. As I've talked about, when you have a format which allows for very short answers, even shorter and sporadic rebuttals, sometimes as short as 15 seconds, all you can do is try to bring these kill shot gotcha moments. That is by design, and the format reinforces that, and the moderators regularly trying to pit the candidates against each other, not in a way that really helps us explore issues and ideas. Listen to me talk about ideas, but only in a way that encourages these attempts at kill shots. Additionally, the debates were way too long. The first one ran about 2 hours and 40 minutes. I think the second night was about 2 hours and 45. But understand that on night one, the first question wasn't asked until 23 minutes had already gone by. They started with these sports team introduction like videos. They included a commercial before you even had the first questions. They did introductions, very slowly bringing the candidates out onto the stage. They did opening statements, which tell us nothing. And then on the second night, 27 minutes went by before the first question was even asked. The opening statements should be done away with. The sportsification of the debates should be stopped. And it's just way too long with such little substance. The second night going even longer. And again, almost a half hour before you saw a question. It started at 8. You could have tuned in at 8:30 and have missed only part of the first question. This is an embarrassment. The response windows, obviously too short, cutting everyone off sometimes after even only 15 seconds. Anyone who's serious about learning about the positions of the candidates could not have possibly done it from this debate. And I know the NBC one wasn't anything to write home about, but the CNN one was even worse. The moderators were way too much of a presence, almost like they just wanted to hear themselves talk. There are already too many candidates competing for airtime, and we've got the moderators also in that competition. And then half the questions were premised on Republican talking points for so-called liberal media, which CNN is accused of being. They did a hell of a job of asking the questions that Republicans would have wanted asked in the ways that Republicans would have asked them. And then, as you know, the digital rights management. CNN shut down my stream on night one. On YouTube, they shut down many other streams from semi-prominent news and politics YouTubers. They gave us a copyright strike, jeopardizing our entire YouTube account, commandeering an entire day of my time yesterday, ultimately getting that strike repealed, by the way, which is a good thing. And the DNC shouldn't stand for this. The DNC is complicit, and the DNC should be demanding that whichever network gets to brand the debate and produce the debate, they should be forced to allow it for repurposing as if it were the State of the Union address on C-SPAN. I actually disagree with debates for public office even being held by private organizations, but if they are, they must be treated like a public service event. We're picking the next president, or at least the person who will compete to be the next president in the general election. It can't be a sporting event for profit at the exclusion of everybody else. It was an absolute and total embarrassment. The next one is in September. ABC News, Univision together are running it. I really hope it's not another disgusting atrocity like what we saw on CNN the last two nights, but it probably will be. Let me know what changes you think would be the most positive that could be made to the way these debates have been produced so far I'm on Twitter at @dpakman, and the show is on Twitter at David Pakman Show. Do you stand for the environment and for women's rights? There's a phone company that stands with you, and that's Credo Mobile. Credo is the only phone company in America that supports the same causes you do. Causes like fighting to stop climate change, to protect reproductive freedom and immigrant rights. Credo donates $150,000 every month to groups like Rainforest Action Network, Planned Parenthood, the ACLU, while other phone companies are spending millions to push through mega mergers and fund right-wing politicians. You make choices every day about where to spend your money. So make your mobile phone one of those choices. Switch to Credo Mobile now. And as a reward, you'll get 12 pints of Ben & Jerry's ice cream. That's a pint a month for 12 months. You'll also get coverage on the nation's largest, most reliable network, along with low rates and a complete selection of smartphones, including the latest models from the top brands. Make the switch today. Go to credo.com/Pakman or enter the offer code Pakman at checkout. That's credo.com/PAKMAN.